Building effective teams is what each and every one of us is supposed to aim and shoot for. Because if the team is not effective, then we're not going anywhere. I remember one of the quote that Phil Jackson talks about. He says, "The strength of an individual is in the team, and the strength of the individual is in the team." Hence why we need to have effective teams. So today we are talking about effective teams, why you and I should be thinking and working towards building effective teams. Hi, my name is Coach Malvin, and I'm your host on this discussion as we are going to talk and to spearhead and find ways and to understand more in depth about building teams. So I remember there was a meeting that happened in 2012 when there was a project that was being run by Google. It was called the Project Aristotle. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this one. If you're going to build your team and if you're going to develop a team, you have to listen to this. So, Project Aristotle, yes, you heard me right. Project Aristotle talks about some of the ways to make teams effective. So in 2012, they did a study on teams, and about 180 teams were put together. These teams, they had from 3 individuals to about 50 individuals, and they're trying to find out and to discover what and how can we have effective teams. And one of the things they found was that we're going to talk about today is psychological safety. So I like the word itself, psychological safety, because it talks about when one airs out their views without being punished or without being crucified, nailed to the cross for saying this and that. So, for example, we are in a team, we are in a meeting, and then I point out my idea. Some people will then try to crucify me or shame me or make fun of me because I made a contribution. So a lot of people in teams are suffering from this psychological safety issue because they do not feel safe being in a team because they are afraid that so and so and so and so is going to nail them to the cross. It might be the leader, it might be one of the most dominant characters in the team, and then they are afraid of having their ideas to be stepped on. Because we are human beings, we have an emotional tank. So whenever we get bruised, we become defensive. So we are talking about psychological safety, that each and every single one of us has the need. Every one of us requires to have psychological safety, especially when working in a team. It might be at a football in a football team. It might be in a project, a work project that you're doing. It might be in an organization. It might be in a family setting up. Every single person needs to know that they can speak out whatever they are thinking. Maybe their idea is not fully matured, maybe their idea is not yet fully grown, but they just have an idea. So instead of us making fun of this person, instead of us looking down upon this person, instead of us crucifying that individual, let us humbly accept that thinking or phrasing or thought, and then we put it on the table and have the rest of the team act on the idea, because that idea might be what we just need to go to the other side. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking that the power of psychological safety, that everyone needs to feel they are safe. Everyone needs to know that they can belong in a team so that they can perform their best, so that they can be at their best regardless of what, regardless of age, regardless of size, regardless of race. Everyone matters in the team, and the strength of the team is in the individuals, and the strength of the individuals is in the team. So when you and I work together in a team, regardless of the resources, when we put our ideas together, when we put our thinking together, we can develop something good. We can develop something that can change and drive the whole team forward. So, what we need to then do now is, let's sit together. Let's come together. Someone once said, coming together is the beginning. Making the team to work is the next thing. So you might have all your differences, but let's sit down together and let's start putting our ideas together without judgment, without laughing at each other, without screaming at each other because of our ideas. Building effective teams is not just an overnight project. It's not just a project that you can do in a day, but it's something that you need to do every single day, because every single thing that you do in a day matters to the building of a team and strengthening of a team. So instead of waiting for a team building event, yes, you had me, a team building event. Instead of waiting for that, let's do this every single day. The 365 days of the year matters to the team, how the team will be, even the results that will come out from those days. Team building activity day is just one day in 365 days. So instead of us all putting our own minds and thoughts and ideas on the day of the team building, let's make sure that every single day we are building the team forward. Team building event is when everyone is in one place. That's an event. But building a team requires a process, which is every single day. When we leave our houses, when we come into the office space, or maybe you're working from your home or working from the field, it's important that we also get to understand each other, such that when you get to be on the team building day where everyone is there, it will not be difficult. And even when you go back to the office, it will not be difficult. So, ladies and gentlemen, for today we are talking just of this one thing, the psychological safety of each and every single person. So, from the project Aristotle that Google embarked on, they came up with other things that we will talk about in the next couple of episodes, where we will talk and dive deep into it. But for today, the story was building effective teams. How do we do it? Safety. Psychological safety. And I will emphasize it, psychological safety, where you and I can put our ideas out without being judged, without being humiliated, without being laughed at. That's all every single person needs. It might not be a great idea, yes, we get it. But at least let's take the idea, let's put it on the table. We might not work on it then, but surely we can always accommodate each and every single one of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's me, the team building coach, and I'm saying let's accept each other, let's accept our ideas as we build forward. That's my story. Remember, if it's up to you, then do it.